welcome to Movie Mayhem. Here it's a Spiritworks Cinema where we watch all the movies. Alright, we got John Carpenter's masterpiece, The Thing. This is the latest Blu-ray release. There's not really anything special. I'm hoping one day we'll get a super uber deluxe version of the film, but looks great, sounds great. So, The Thing was scored by Morricone, with Carpenter assisting. So you can totally, you get that, I mean, you feel Morricone, but you still get that ominous, impending tones from Carpenter in it. And this is a remake of A Thing from Another World. So when we talk about horror remakes, as a general rule, well, remakes in general are kind of dumb. I don't get really remaking most movies, unless, like in this case, he was remaking a film from 30 years prior that suffered because they didn't have the technology or the budget to actually envision what they were trying to do, and so it's a different take, and I think it's very, it makes sense. When you trying to remake this or shoehorn it into a prequel, whatever. There's no point to remake cult classics, in my opinion. It's a waste of time. If a movie's a cult classic, don't bother. Make an alternate version, make a sequel or prequel to it, anything. But don't remake the film, because you're only going to disappoint people. It's the only time it can work is if you try to do something different. But then again, I don't understand why. But even like Zombies Halloween, it didn't need to be Halloween. It could have been a new character. Now, sure, it might have put the asses in the seats dollar value as the title Halloween would, but it would have been, nobody would have complained. If you use the title of something, like if you're making a movie of a TV show, and it has nothing to do with the TV show, all you do is piss off the fans. So, enough about that. The Thing. Some of the best practical effects ever done. Ever. It's fantastic. Kurt Russell's amazing. Keith David's amazing. Superman. I always forget his name. Cuddly old guy. I love him. There's really not anything bad to say about this. There's no flaw in this movie to me. This is another 10 for Carpenter. You get to the ending, and this is, I'm not going to spoil the ending. In case somebody out there hasn't seen this movie, please, God, watch this movie tonight. The ending is always questioned about what, who's what. Well, funny enough, Carpenter actually said it. He goes, "What do you mean there's no question? It's very obvious who's who." And sure enough, his explanation is right. I didn't ever notice that before. And when I watched it, I was kind of like, huh. So, especially if you're watching on the Blu-ray and you got the clarity, watch for the breath. That's the key. And funny enough, I totally didn't catch that the first 30 times I'd seen this movie. And I had the same question. I was like, oh. And that alone right there is one thing that really amazes me about Carpenter's work. He made sure that was there. He knows what he's making. He has such a solid vision of his world and his story that little details like that aren't left out. They're not plot holes, and they're not there to confuse the audience. They're totally obvious. You just got to pay attention. So check it out. That got me. That was one of the few things I didn't know in the movie that I was never quite sure about. But I mean, every scene in this is great. The transformations are amazing. The paddle scene, that still gets me every time. It's so like, holy crap. The head with the legs, fantastic. I mean, I wish you could. And what's funny is this movie was a bomb. People forget. If you look up, this movie didn't do good at all. It even had bad reviews. And now it's, renowned as this great film. And it's really a bummer that Carpenter had to suffer through that bullshit before he got the accolades he deserved, later, with the same film later on. But amazing movie. Let me know what you guys think of The Thing. What do you think of the remake or the prequel bullshit? And that kind of stuff. So, again, any other directors you want me to try to run down? If I've already got them, it's easy because I have all those. If you've seen some of the other videos, you'll know the directors I have. And we'll see you next time at Movie Mayhem.